Welcome back to Timberborn and my Diorama challenge. The last time we left, we were getting precariously close to our goal of raising our beaver's happiness to 30. In fact, we're getting close enough that, as usual, I'm starting to doubt the goal. The goal of building engines turned out to be too accessible. I thought that wasn't enough. So I set the goal of beaver well-being, getting it to 30. Seemed like a good goal. Now that we're getting close, though, I'm wondering if it's enough. Specifically, I'm starting to think that if I end this and I have not built a mine right here, then I think I've disappointed everyone. And so I think that might... So I think we do need to get my beaver's well-being up past 30, but I think we're not done until we've built a mine here. And the thing that a mine requires, which I don't have access to yet, is treated planks, which need to have, I believe, pine resin in order to treat them. And also, just building a mine takes 4,000 knowledge, and I'm at 762. And so I've got several different problems that I want to solve, and I'm not sure exactly the order that I want to solve them in. Number one, I need to get tap houses going so that I can collect maple for maple pastries, which will raise my beaver's well-being, and also so that I can get pine sap, so that I can make those treated planks. So that's one operation I need to do. Another one is I'd like to get some monuments up so that my beavers can have the benefit of, of one of their major sources of awe, which is another thing that contributes to their well-being. That takes a lot of research and a lot of materials that I don't necessarily have right now. So my research and materials need to expand in order to make that. I need to also set up tap houses, and then I think I need to have pine trees so that I can collect pine resin and use that to eventually build the mine. So that's a lot of stuff. But luckily, I think the game is going to... Or I should push play so that the beavers are actually moving around. I think that the order in which I tackle them is actually going to be kind of dictated for me, because I only have 764 science right now. And what that means is I can't afford to unlock any of the monuments, so I'm not doing monuments first. I also can't afford to unlock the mine, so I'm definitely not going to be front-loading the mine. But the thing that I can unlock, I believe, is the Tapper's Shack. That only costs 500, so I'm going to unlock the Tapper's Shack, and that's where we're going to start. So, what the Tapper's Shack is for, it's for gathering liquid excretions from trees. And so that includes these maple trees down here, which I have set up specifically because I wanted to gather maple from them to make maple pastries. And actually, I think I've got too many chestnut trees here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to... Okay, I don't know why I set those up that way, but I'm going to set these two rows of chestnut trees to be choppable. That will give me some logs, which is something I'm sorely needing. But, and I believe that this guy can reach all of these. Yes? Yes. Okay, cool. So we're going to chop down these trees and replace them with maples. So for right now, we'll just disable them, and so we don't plant new chestnuts in their places. But then I'm going to replace them with maples so that we've got more maple trees to draw from, because I think we've got enough chestnut trees just with these 4 rows that I don't think I need to plant. I think that will keep my chestnut industry growing. And so this will give me enough maples to do maple pastries. But then I also need pine resin. And I've got some pine trees over here, but they're part of my wood chopping operation, and actually I'm probably going to swap them out for maples so they'll give me more wood. And in fact, I think I'm going to disable them right now so that I can replace them with maples later on. But that means I'm going to need to find another place to grow pine trees. There's a few different places I could do that. I'm thinking that a lot of the space that's over here, any new factories of any kind, I'm probably going to have to install over here where the power is available. So I don't think I should do my pine trees up here. Over here could work, but this is where I've been doing a lot of my, sources of entertainment. If I needed to build a second temple or something, it would have to be over here. So I'm thinking that maybe, and this is just offhand, I'm thinking that maybe actually where I want to grow pine trees is over here, where I've got no other plans. But... Oh, by the way, so Ranithcord asks if I can get robots with this group. I believe I can, yes. So if I go to science, There is, yes, I can build robots over here, theoretically. That might very well be a bridge too far for me. I don't know if it's really sensible for me to be able to build robots in this map. Maybe once we get the mine, once we got everything, maybe I'll be like, you know what? There's one more thing I haven't done, and that's make robots. And if we get there, we get there. Right now, robots just sound out of reach to me. And there isn't an affordance on the map saying, hey, you're not done with this map until you've done this, the way that there is with this mine. The mine is just sitting there teasing me. It would be haunting me if I said that I had finished this without doing anything with the mine. So, one thing I can get started. I can immediately get started with the sort of the tapper's shack. Okay, it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna need a staircase down. So let's start there. Build a little staircase right there, and then we'll need to clear out a little bit of space. I need to remind myself what the tapper's shack looks like. So it is, I think it's 4x4. Sorry, 2x2. It's got 4 tiles. Yes, 2x2. Door is on the right side if you're facing it. And so, actually, you know what? I actually think maybe the best move is to not only clear these out, but also remove this. Once I've cleared these dandelions out, I'm going to remove this staircase. And I'm going to build the tapper shack out here. We'll kill this staircase. And, oh, wow, they made that happen fast. And then I'm going to build the tapper shack like that. I'll give it the staircase going straight down into the area where the trees are. And I'll make that an actual path, and then I'll add an additional path down here in order to for beavers to be able to get to the dandelions that are over this way. So I think that's gonna work. So that covers that tapper shack, but now we need to figure out how we're going to make pine trees happen. So I could, I think the way that we're going to get pine trees happen is with see, it's not a water dump, it's a, oh, wait a minute. These guys don't have the irrigation tower or the irrigation thing. It's the folktales that have the irrigation device. So the irrigation device, if you watched my previous series, you place that somewhere and it just makes the land around it into arable land by feeding it water. These guys don't have that. They've got the deep mechanical water pump. Pumps water up on one side, discharges it on the other. Interesting. Okay, that is way out of my reach, though. So I could do a water dump, but that is different. That is different from an irrigation. Irrigation does not leave you any flowing water on the terrain. Instead, it just leaves you. It just gives you the arable land directly. You don't have to deal with any flowing water. This is going to be flowing water. And so, what does that mean? So I think if I were to try to do this, I would probably want to build a small reservoir in some high-placed area, do a water dump into that small reservoir, but then to give that small reservoir a dam and an outflow for the water that comes out of it. So the question is, where does this belong? I'm thinking this is hard to reach up here. I could do one up here eventually, but I'm thinking it might be easier to do one over here. So let's start by deciding where we want to contain our water. And that means grabbing this. Okay, so, by the way, La Coalición is doing a poll, like he likes to do. He's asking everybody in the chat what State of Decay 2 leader they think they're the most like. I think I'm a traitor, because a traitor is just all about getting along with other people, and that would be my entire approach, I think, during the apocalypse. So Melitor asks, can you get excretions from trees and also use them for lumber? Theoretically, you can. The problem is, if we look at one of these trees, you can see that it takes 30 days for this tree to grow, at which point it can be chopped down for 8 lumber. it takes 12 days after it has grown to produce its excretions. So if you have a sort of backlog of trees to chop down, and like you're not building anything, you're not burning a lot of logs, and your logs are backed up so that you're not chopping down every tree, then yes, you could probably harvest stuff from the trees you have not yet chopped down. However, my operation, as you can see, as soon as a tree matures, we immediately chop it down because we've got a lot of open space for logs. We haven't filled out our capacity for logs, so we're chopping them down immediately. So none of these trees are ever getting the opportunity to make excretions. And so usually when I'm setting something like this up, I assume that I'm going to need the tree excretions to be like basically to be exclusive. Like these trees are only about excretions. I'm just going to keep saying the word excretions again and again. I hope that's okay. So I'm going to need ideally a small reservoir, because I don't want to take up valuable space that could be spent on trees themselves. So I'm thinking maybe we don't need a lot of pine resin. I'm only going to use it for, I'm not going to use it for any ongoing maintenance things. I think it's just one-time building activities. Senor Sausage is watching the stream while in class. That seems like a questionable decision. I'm not going to endorse that officially. Okay, so we've got. So if we put a reservoir here, which we'll need to go probably too deep with this, then we'll need to give it an outflow into a place. No, okay. Actually, you know what? We've already got this path right here, which means if this was an elevated path on top of a water outflow, that could work just fine. So maybe what we want to do is... how is this going to work? I think I might want to back the thing up slightly. Put it a little further back. And then I'm thinking we carve this out. And we carve this way. No, we go this way. Like that. And, let's also... I gave them every chance to dig up these carrots, and they just refuse. So, whatever. Now it's their job. Let's just dig up all the carrots. I'm tired of waiting for them to find space for them. Let's just dig them up and throw them in the garbage. And then... So I've got this natural staircase. Do I care that it's a natural staircase? Probably not. Okay, so let's actually... Yeah, I kind of like keeping them just because, I don't know, it's fun to have natural things in your environment. So let's... Can I... Yeah, this isn't going to be perfect just because I want to keep this natural staircase, which water can't flow under. But everything else about this, I probably could actually kind of do. Let's build a staircase right here. So we can get this a little bit higher. And let's build another explosive right there. Yeah, so basically what we're going to have a reservoir back here with a water dump into it. And it's going to flow out this way. But this almost the same path that the water flows out is also going to be the path up. So we're going to be very efficient with our space by building our path up on the same place that the water flows down. And so we're not just doubling the amount of space we need to cover those two jobs. Okay, good. Senor Sausage is actually done with his work. So I don't need to feel quite as guilty about taking his time. Oh, so check this out. So they have completed our tapper's shack. And so they don't need to set priorities. There's only one thing in range. But so now he's going to be gathering maple. Oh, but he can only store 50 maple syrup on site. So we need to give him a place to store more syrup. And so that means... So syrup is actually stored in tanks like water. So I'm going to stick a tank right there and make this a syrup tank. And I guess right here, we got nothing better to do with this spot. Let's also make this a syrup tank. So we'll let him build up some syrup before we start using the syrup for anything. And, okay, so it looks like we've got these going on. So let's detonate these. And detonate this. And detonate these. And then actually, let's go ahead and remove our path. And let's fill it with explosives. Boink. And similarly, let's get rid of this path that we've just barely made. And, oh yeah, you know what? Actually, we're going to need to get rid of that too. Because, collect that. We need to fill this whole space. What am I clicking on? I keep clicking on this when I mean to click on that. Yeah, because to keep it from spilling over onto the wheat fields, we'll have to carve out that whole spot right there. We'll just slowly work our way up to these guys up here. Okay, it's not taking too much time, which is nice. Okay, so let's explode all of these and explode all of those. And now the water is flowing in. So now we replace all of that with elevated paths that water can flow beneath. Like that. And so it's not perfectly aligned right here where I've just wanted to keep this natural staircase, but otherwise we got kind of a one-to-one between where the water is flowing and where the path is going. Now, I don't actually know, like this spot right here, I'm not sure if this is going to work. It might be that I have to back up the staircase because this will become waterlogged. In fact, you know what? I'm going to predict that that'll become waterlogged, and I'm not going to do it that way. Let's say that we're going to back our staircases up one step just to make sure they don't get waterlogged. Like that. I think this will be a good idea. I think this will work. Okay, by the way, it is a drought right now, so I need to keep an eye. Check out how fast this guy's filling this thing with maple syrup. However, he's about to run out. And this first one that he did, it's only 15% of the way. And so if we want to have a continuous supply of maple syrup, this thing needs to be at 100% when he gets to his last tree. Right now, he's about halfway through, a little less than halfway through the trees. We're only at 16%. So that's why we need more maples. So I'm going to add more maple trees here as the chestnuts get chopped down. And then I'm going to unmark the ones that are going to be maple trees. Those are no longer choppable. And then, oh, I've got this whole area. Whenever I have them chop down an area, I forget to unmark it. It's not important to unmark it if I don't have trees there, but it just feels weird. Okay, so we've built this whole path here. Let's pause for a second. And I think we just need to detonate step by step as we're going up this way. Just detonate one thing. And then, oh, actually, you know what? I just realized this right here should be a staircase. Like that. That's how that should work. And then, oh, and then similarly, I think that does not need a path because that will probably be a staircase, I think. Have we trapped a freaking beaver in there? Ugh. Ugh. You stupid, stupid beavers. Okay, hold on. We'll save your stupid little worthless life, you dumb beaver. Let's prioritize this. So this icon means there's a beaver stuck under here. The beaver who built the stairs trapped himself. Okay, now he's out, and now we immediately get rid of these stairs again. Ugh. And can we collect this? I don't even know. Wait, there's still a freaking beaver there? Why didn't he go home? I put a staircase for him to get out. What? Oh, now I have to do it again? I guess, yeah, you can totally get out from there. Yeah, of course you're hungry. Because you didn't get out when I gave you the opportunity, you idiot. Now your friends have to save you again. Just sitting in there like a dummy. Oh, wait, now we gotta wait all night. Because his friends are like, whatever, it's break time, man. Oh, this is so dumb. Just climb out. So I feel like, okay, there's now a staircase for you. Why? Why can you not get out? You could get out here onto this. Do I need to make a path for you? Okay. Look, I don't know what you want from me. There's clearly a way for you to get home. Let's bring your friends over here. Really? Okay, thank you. What the heck? All right. No one else is allowed in there. No one else. And actually, I think this... Okay, let's detonate these. But I think that this actually needs to... Now, I could... Okay, so I could... What I was thinking was just drawing a line across here. So, yeah, I think we do need... this to go away so that we can build something slightly taller. I think we need this here, that there, and this here, because we're going to put a dam here. That's going to spill. I think that might spill out. Do I need to go back even one more step? I might need to go back even one more step. Something like that. I think we need something like that. Then if we go back one more step, we'll have the dam right here. Put the dam here. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of these. We don't need these. We'll put the dam here. Its outflow will go here. And I think we might need a levee here so that it flows out properly. I think. So I think we're going to put that there. I think we need to put this and this there. I think that the staircase needs to go here. But I think we probably need a temporary staircase there so that we can get up there and start working on higher ground. This is like thinking 2 steps ahead like this. Oh, freaking. Okay, you know what? I'm detonating this right on your face and killed him. Oh my gosh. I wasn't sure if that was going to kill the beaver or not. I didn't even need to do that. I just murdered a beaver for no reason. I'm a bad person. Okay, so a dam goes here. This explodes. We build a level 2 thing there. A staircase there. And then I think once these are built, I don't think we need this, but we can, let's detonate these. And let's place more explosives. So I don't think we need a large reservoir. I think that we actually having a small one makes it, let's make sure that our Okay, our water has not gotten low enough to kill our crops yet. Still got to keep paying attention to that. So, all right. Am I missing anything in the chat? Let's see here. All right, so that is where I'm going to put my water. I don't think I need this anymore. And I don't think I need these paths anymore. And I could put water in here. And... Oh, okay. So, yes, we have lost some water. Okay, so let's fill that back in. Let's not lose our aquatic crops. We have 2.5 days left. So let's try to avoid losing our aquatic crops. And so this is going to be a little bit problematic here because in order to be dumping water up here, we're going to need to be pumping more water out here, which is really going to cramp our style. We might have to expand somehow the size of our cistern. And I don't know how we're going to do that. But, okay, so what we're going to need over here is a few different things. We're going to need... One thing, we want to get the ability to start harvesting this up here. So that's going to take... Let's just do that. That's going to take that. But then... We'll need... Okay, so let's look at the dimensions of a water dump. What does a water dump look like? Oh, you know one thing I should be doing? The future things I want to do, they're going to require a lot of science. I need to be creating more science over here. So let's do that. Let's put a scavenger over here and get rid of this scavenger. And let's use this space near my other science outposts to let's double our science output. There are some like alternate ways to get science, but they're all expensive and I haven't earned them yet. So let's double our science output by putting these just 2 more early level science buildings over here. And then, okay, and so then let's unlock the water dump, which we, oh crap. Okay, our crops are in trouble. We'll drop the water level of the cistern just a little bit more. We are just right at the edge here of being able to survive these droughts. Let's put the water... Okay, so the water dump goes here. So we're going to be dumping water in right there. And that's going to turn this area into arable land. So it'll start by just filling up this area, and then when this area gets full, the water will pass through, the extra water will pass through the dam and go back into the communal store of water. So we won't have any waste. And that's the thing I was worried, like, we won't have any flooding, we won't have any waste. Okay. So yeah, so we've got these guys. So our science output is much higher now. So that'll be helpful in the future. Everyone's building the water dump now. But okay, so now we've got a water dump. That is going to be sucking more water out of our water stores. So I'm pretty sure that I've just hit an imbalancing point where I'm going to need to start pumping more water out of this reservoir in order to supply this area with water. But check it out. Look how freaking arable this land is now. It's, oh man, you can air the heck out of this. This is great. So let's make sure that we've got access. Oh, actually, you know what? I should back this. I need to back this out even more. Because if I back the staircase out, then I can provide access to this little ledge without needing to make an extra staircase. So let's do that real fast. And I'm just trying to think, like, I want to make sure we've got access to all of these layers of land. And then I should also place a... Where's the right place to stick a forester? Because, again, I don't want the forester to use up much arable land. I guess... I think I'm going to have to use up some. But it doesn't have to be a ton. Just thinking about how to do this. So, because I killed that beaver, folks in my chat are alleging that in a different game I would be facing a revolution for my callous behavior. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I know. Okay, so if I just kill these potatoes, of which I've got too many potatoes as it is, I do not have a potato problem, because we've got a bunch of potatoes that are just sitting in the fields, not being harvested, and my potato storage is totally full. So that means that I can kill potatoes willy-nilly and not worry about it. Okay, the drought is almost over. But we need to make sure that we get this river flowing first and up to full capacity before we raise the floodgates. Okay, so yeah, so we are starting to fill the cistern again, but we're not going to slam up the floodgates until... Yeah, because look at this. Yeah, we've just gone completely dry here. So hopefully we'll fill up just fast. But this means, like, if we start dumping water up here to make this into arable land, then... Yeah, then we're going to have to be pumping more out at the same time. At least if we want this to last during... Of course, I guess maybe it doesn't matter much during... It's only during a drought where this is going to matter. We're going to be pumping water out of this too fast to make it useful. And so if I just turn this off, if this is only fueling trees, which are pretty resilient, maybe I actually don't need... Maybe I just need to pause this during a drought. I don't need to necessarily be pumping water out more quickly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the right move is there. Either way, so we've got a water dump here. And so let's... Okay, so let's... Before we wrap up this episode... Oh, wait. Which side... I'm acting like I know which side a forester comes out on. Yes. Okay, good. Good. I know which side a forester comes out of. So, all we need to build a forester in this area is this right here. There. So I only killed one tile of arable land. And, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Hold on. This is wrong. The reason it's wrong is because I made this be a double height. What I should have done was made sure that there was a path going underneath it in case I need a path in this direction. Then I cap that. Then I put the forester on it. And so with that forester there, I'll be able to plant pine trees here. I'll be able to plant pine trees up here. And I think I'll be able to get pine trees over here. And then the question is it worth it to try to put pine trees on this shelf here? Maybe? Let's actually try it. Let's uproot this wheat. Actually, no. Let's not do that. Let's not uproot this wheat. How do I cancel uprooting wheat? Like this. Because I probably don't need that many of these trees. I don't need 1 million of these trees. And so if that's the case, then actually, you know what? One thing we could do is build a staircase up this way, and then plant pine trees out here. That probably gives me enough pine trees, and then we can do another tapper's shack eventually. Like the pine trees need to grow first. But at least we're getting the trees out here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and check it out. Our maple tanks are full. In fact, our maple guys are kind of bored. But they've also tapped out the trees. So we're going to be... You know what? Let's just kill these two. Let's get the rest of our maple trees planted. Just so we've got that out of our heads. Like that. Okay, so we've got a burgeoning maple industry. We've got pine trees starting to be planted out here. And our science is getting closer to 1,000. Let's look. So the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need to be baking maple pastries. So to transform this maple into something useful. Oh, my sadness is actually... My happiness is not as high as it could be. We also need to have a look at that, figure out what's going on here. We probably could use more shrines. We could start manufacturing books. There's a few different things we could do while these trees are sort of growing. And once our science gets high enough, we could start building monuments. So, yeah, there's a bunch of different things we could do here, but I'm kind of proud of the fact that we've sort of got our tapping industry started. So there we go. We've got a tapping industry. We've also got our lovely little water dump. We're making our own little forest in the hills, and it's great. Whew. All right. Well, let's catch up with the chat here before we wrap up this episode. Patent Pending wants to know if I've ever played Frostpunk. Yes, I have. I loved it. And I got really obsessed with it when it was brand new and I was terrible at it and I kept failing. When I finally won it, I was so exhausted, I uninstalled it and I never played it again. So it's an amazing game, but it's an exhausting game. And at some point, I think I might try to go back and play it again, having forgotten most of what I learned. And maybe I'll take it a little bit further when I do. But yeah, I did love that game. That game was really well put together. Oh, Senor Sausage. Oh, you just sent me a link to... Yeah, I'll go check whatever it is you whispered to me, Sausage. I'll go check it out at some point. And, oh, Rosenberg just joined us. Good to see you. And I think that's about it for now. So if you're watching me live on Twitch, we are going to keep playing right now. But if you're a YouTube person, this is the end. You got to click links to see what happens next. So go ahead and do that. And I'll be here. My little office that I never leave.